Breaking Mzansi Insider reports. Security forces have intensified the crackdown on illegal mining activities in Randfontein after soldiers swooped in on suspected illegal miners, commonly known as Zamas. The surprise operation forced many of the miners to abandon their equipment and flee the area without any of the gold they had hoped to extract. The operation forms part of a broader effort by the South African National Defence Force (SANDF), working together with the South African Police Service (SAPS), to clamp down on illegal mining, which authorities say fuels violent crime, environmental damage and underground syndicates. Witnesses reported that as the soldiers moved into the mining zones, dozens of Zamas scattered into nearby bushes and abandoned mine shafts. Some reportedly left behind tools, bags of ore and food supplies as they rushed to escape arrest. Illegal mining has become a major problem across parts of Gauteng, particularly in old and abandoned mines where criminal groups operate deep underground. Authorities say the activity is often controlled by organized crime networks that exploit desperate workers and sell illegally mined gold on the black market. The government has recently stepped up enforcement efforts following growing public concern about violence linked to illegal mining operations. Residents in affected communities have also raised fears about safety, as heavily armed Zama groups sometimes clash with law enforcement and rival gangs. The operation in Randfontein is part of a wider security campaign aimed at dismantling illegal mining operations that have spread across several abandoned shafts in Gauteng. Authorities say these operations are not only illegal but are also linked to serious crimes such as human trafficking, armed robbery, and violent gang clashes. Members of the South African National Defence Force (SANDF) and the South African Police Service (SAPS) have been conducting patrols, sealing off entry points to disused mines, and searching surrounding areas where Zamas are believed to hide. Officials say many of the illegal miners are heavily armed and operate under the control of organized criminal syndicates that profit from the sale of illicit gold. These networks often recruit vulnerable people, including undocumented migrants, and send them deep underground for days or even weeks at a time. Residents living near abandoned mines have welcomed the increased presence of security forces, saying illegal mining has made their communities unsafe. Some locals have complained about gunfire at night, explosions from makeshift mining equipment, and environmental damage caused by the uncontrolled digging. Authorities say the goal of the operation is not only to arrest illegal miners but also to dismantle the supply chains that allow the illegal gold trade to flourish. Investigators are now focusing on identifying the buyers and middlemen who help move the gold into formal markets. Authorities say the latest operation in Randfontein sends a strong warning to illegal mining groups that security forces are tightening the net. Officials have made it clear that the crackdown will continue until illegal mining networks are dismantled. The deployment of soldiers from the South African National Defence Force alongside officers from the South African Police Service forms part of a broader national strategy to stabilize areas affected by illegal mining and violent crime. Government leaders say abandoned mines across South Africa have become hotspots for organized criminal groups who control underground operations and illegally extract gold. These groups often engage in violent turf wars, putting nearby communities at risk. Authorities are also working with mining companies to seal unused shafts and strengthen security around former mining sites to prevent Zamas from accessing underground tunnels. Law enforcement officials believe that cutting off entry points will make it harder for illegal miners to continue their operations. Meanwhile, residents in several affected communities have welcomed the presence of soldiers, hoping it will bring peace and reduce criminal activities linked to illegal mining. Many say they have lived in fear for years due to gun battles and explosions coming from abandoned mines. Security forces say more operations are expected in the coming weeks as the government intensifies efforts to reclaim mining areas and ensure that the country's mineral resources are protected from illegal exploitation.